Now, Pakistan's persecution of its minorities continues. Yet another case of atrocities on the Hindu community in Sindh has surfaced. Riots broke out in the Gutki district of Sindh province, with a violent mob protesting on the street over an alleged case of blasphemy by a school principal. The law and order situation in the district has worsened, with reports of a Hindu temple being desecrated by a stick-wielding mob. The protests erupted as soon as an FIR was filed against the school principal for alleged blasphemous remarks. The police have said that vandalism case has been registered, but it may be too little, too late for them. According to the police, the suspects have been identified and will likely be arrested soon. Various minority bodies in Pakistan are demanding strict action from the Sindh government. The World Sindh Congress said on its Twitter account that shops and homes belonging to Hindu community in Sindh were ransacked by violent protesters. The Human Rights Commission of Pakistan too has taken note of the incident and has asked authorities to take prompt action to quell the violence and to ensure the safety of the school principal. India's top court has directed the federal government to ensure restoration of the normalcy in Jammu and Kashmir, while making it clear that national security will be important before taking any further steps. Now, the court was hearing a plea challenging the media communication restrictions in Jammu and Kashmir imposed in the Kashmir Valley after the abrogation of Article 370 by the government. Now, one of the petitioners has asked the top court under what law the Indian government imposed such restrictions. The government informed the court that a terrible state of affairs prevailed in Jammu and Kashmir and that not a single bullet had been fired yet, and there's been no loss of life since Article 370 was struck down. Now, earlier the court agreed to examine the constitutional validity of scrapping of the special status for Jammu and Kashmir and petitions related to the abrogation of Article 370. It set up a 5-judge constitution bench to hear all the petitions related to the abrogation of Article 370 to be heard in the first week of October. 16th of September marks 100 days since pro-democracy protesters took part in a massive rally in Hong Kong against a controversial extradition bill. Hong Kong continues to remain on the boil even after 100 days of unrest. Hong Kong university students are rallying on the campus to mark their protest. The protests have now evolved into a broader backlash against the government and greater calls for democracy. Medical workers also protested at the Prince of Wales Hospital in Hong Kong to show their support for the pro-democracy movement. The staff were seen holding up signs and chanting slogans as they stood in the foyer of the hospital. Workers were also seen using their phones as torches as they moved through the floors. The anti-government protests have roiled Hong Kong for more than 3 months. The movement was sparked by a controversial extradition bill, which was seen as an example of the eroding autonomy of the territory under Chinese rule. The government's decision to withdraw the bill was seen by the protesters as too little, too late.